I'm Jammer. Welcome back to the Smash hype cycle. I'm still almost just as hyped as I was last week. It's nearly been a week since the reveal, which is crazy to think that we live in a world where Smash Switch has been announced for over a week. Oh, there's still a lot that was in this trailer. Even though it was a brief couple of seconds, didn't show off actually any gameplay. There's still a lot to talk about, a lot that's in. It's weird, like how they formatted it is such genius marketing because it gave us so much to speculate on, so much to think about. And you know, with the new character, the silhouettes, most of the silhouettes anyways has been solved. There was that one person on Twitter, whatever, that created that full lineup of characters, like, and what the silhouettes could probably be. That looks to be realistic. Here's it on screen. There's no point in really doing an entire video dedicated to it because it's kind of common knowledge now which characters are probably in this lineup. No secrets or hidden, really all returning characters. A lot of people, anyone would have expected anyways. There's only one or two here and there that are kind of debated back and forth, whether it's Captain Falcon or Zelda or whatever. And I'm sure we'll eventually know in time. But today I wanted to talk about, before I got into videos talking about new characters I want, returning veterans, you know, just all that kind of stuff, I wanted to talk about one thing left in the trailer, being Link. Now, Link was also almost just as hype as the Inklings was when that was announced, showing off that this was in fact Breath of the Wild Link. Now, at the time when I first watched the trailer, I kind of was under the impression, well, I wasn't entirely sure this was a new game just yet. I was thinking, you know, Inkling DLC to Smash, and whatever. My first impression of seeing Breath of the Wild Link, I was just thinking, okay, maybe this is how they're gonna do it, is it's a costume. As in, like, let's say there's 6 costumes of regular Link, and then 6 costumes of Breath of the Wild Link, or something like that, to kind of incorporate the newer games, but I was still under the impression that this is a port. However, my opinion now, since then, has changed, and there are tons more indications that this is going to be a new game, which I did an entire video dedicated to that. So taking that new game in mind, and looking at Breath of the Wild Link, and kind of thinking about it more, I started realizing that there are less similarities with Breath of the Wild Link than there was Twilight Princess. I mean, in exception to obviously aesthetical differences, Breath of the Wild Link was right-handed. The one thing to first point out, I mean, is Breath of the Wild Link is right-handed. And throughout his whole game, with all of his arsenal of weapons and using the bow. And when we do see in the silhouette, the bow is coming out this side, which is the same way it was in the game Breath of the Wild. Therefore, like, he would pull out the bow and... Wait, that's right-handed. Therefore, he'd pull out the bow and shoot like... Wait. How does he shoot the bow in that game? I know it's on this side. No, it comes out his right side because he pulls out with his... I don't really know. All I know is the bow's still on the same side. And then when you see later in the silhouette, it kind of looks like... I mean, I'm not entirely certain that you can see a shield in his left hand. Right hand is downward, kind of pointing out that it probably is a right-handed sword. And even if we assumed, okay, it still is this same Link, and it's like, let's say it even still is costumes and whatever of this one and that one, it's still a huge model swap that now all the moves are inverted. Doable technically, but it really is a bigger change than it really initially leads on to be. That isn't the only problem that Breath of the Wild Link has being in this game. There are many moves that Twilight Princess Link has, that MOVESET has, that Breath of the Wild Link does not have in his game. The two biggest examples are the boomerang, which in Breath of the Wild's case is just a regular weapon you can pick up. It's not like a Gale boomerang, it's not special in any way. So it's not part of Link's arsenal. And then the other glaring issue, which I think is even bigger, is the fact that there's no hook shot or claw shot. That was been Link's grab since, you know, the 64. And with Breath of the Wild Link, he has no access to that. He's never had any sort of hook shot, anything even remotely close. The only thing you could maybe consider, I guess, is the Magnesis rune, because he can bring stuff to you. But at the same time, it was never a tether to pull Link forward, and never really grabbed objects and brought them to you, like directly how like the hookshot did anyways. So these two glaring omissions to Link's moveset is, well, pretty interesting. Yes, they could go the route where they added the boomerang to adult Link's arsenals. Like, for example, Ocarina of Time Link did not have the boomerang, but young Link in Ocarina of Time did. They just kind of translated that over and brought that over to adult Link's moveset, and it was kind of like a whatever thing. Again, they still could use the boomerang from Breath of the Wild. I mean, it is a weapon that was there. They could just translate, make it smaller, make it a one-handed thing rather than the two-handed long ones. There's a way to work around it and make it kind of fit in somehow, you know. But the biggest thing is the claw shot. I mean, if we see Breath of the Wild using it, it might be a little weird that he's using a piece of technology that he never has had access to. So, this leads us to a weird problem. What is going to happen to Link? is he going to retain this previous moveset? Or will he have to adapt because of this new change to his character? And now this kind of goes for really all the veterans, and I might talk about them more at length. Many of the veterans since the beginning of the series, since the 64 days, have really not seen much of a change since that game, which in a good way, that means now people have been practicing and playing with, you know, the same Mario moveset, the same Link moveset, same, you know, Samus, etc., for what, nearly 20 years now, or something like that? Can't remember when the first Smash came out, 98, something like that? Oh yeah, that is 28 years. Who would have guessed? But because those moves have retained the same, nearly the same over time, with receiving minor tweaks here and there, in a good way that players can find the level of expectation when they go from Smash to Smash. Mario will still always play the same, you know, Link's been playing the same, but at the same time, because they were designed, you know, 20 years ago, these movesets, they're starting to feel a little stale. A lot of the new characters and new people being brought into the series have such more unique movesets that better represent the characters. And that is also a big point, that a lot of these old characters aren't being fully represented like they used to be. A lot of the moves that they have in their moveset don't really represent or reflect their current games. I mean, Mario, for example, still uses the Super Cape and Flood. Flood only appearing in, what, the 2002, 2003 Super Mario Sunshine. And then the Super Cape, what, has that not appeared since Mario World? And that was on the Super Nintendo. Yes, they're nice callbacks, but there are other things that can better reflect those characters, including Link. So this kind of poses the question, will they start thinking about remixing these veteran movesets? And I'd love to hear your guys' ideas about this in the comments, because to me, this is a very complex situation. I really, on the one hand, I am for remixing these veteran movesets for the reasons that they're kind of feeling a little bit stale, you know, they're not better reflecting their current versions of their characters. A lot has changed since the original Smash, so it should kind of, over the years and over the their character designs have changed, as well as like what they can do. Therefore, it makes sense to kind of make them more true to their characters. Ganondorf being a great example, man. In addition to that, I mean, as they design characters as a whole, like they can definitely tell that there's a difference between how Mario plays versus how a new character like Cloud or Robin or Bayonetta, like, who are super reflective of their origins and play so uniquely, you know. It just shows the difference in game design over the years, essentially. And I really wouldn't mind trying out and playing these new characters, and like I said, some characters really do need it. Like Samus, for example, her moveset's kind of been lame this whole time around. I mean, she's been okay in like Melee, I guess, but other than that, she's kind of not that great of a character. She's had some moves that do reflect her series, but at the same time, it's like there are better ways to remix her moveset. And that's the best way to put it, like a more remix of these characters' movesets. Then on the other hand, points against doing this, I mean, I've grown to love and know these movesets for so long. There's that level of expectation when you start up a Smash game. If you pick Mario, have been playing Mario over the ages, Mario will typically still play the same. Same goes for, you know, Link and Captain Falcon and Samus and Kirby. All have received minor tweaks here and there throughout the years, but really overall still play the same. There's still a level of familiarity and comfort when playing these characters. In addition to that, building on that, like, people have grown to love those characters and love those movesets. Like, I love playing as Ganondorf, and I know he's a clone of Captain Falcon. Would I love to see him have a brand new moveset, something that actually reflects Ganondorf. But at the same time, there is something that might be missing with having that heavy moveset of Captain Falcon disappear, or like the moveset of Link. Like, that is such nostalgia to me as well. I mean, like, for example, Toon Link and Link have varied over the years, but there's still that, I don't know what the word is for it, but it's like I'm gonna miss their old movesets because I've played with them so long, I've gotten used to them, and I've loved them dearly. So it really puts us at a crossroad. What do? Is there a way where they can still remix these characters, but also still pay tribute to their past movesets? I think yes, but at the same time, I'm not sure how they might do it. They could try to merge the two, still take a ton of Link's old moves, but then just in this game add a few new ones. So instead of a boomerang, maybe incorporate one of the runes. Instead of a claw shot, hook shot deal, maybe they can incorporate, again, something else from Breath of the Wild. So really kind of still keeping it all the same and just kind of updating it here and there. But then when it comes to other characters that really need a complete overhaul, like personally in my opinion, Samus and Ganondorf totally need to be redone and to better reflect their characters. Samus is close, but uses so much more projectiles and beam weapons that she doesn't use it all in Smash. She has like an explosion and fire come out a little bit, and then obviously her missiles, which that's pretty good. But other than that, does she use her power beam at all? Does she use her charge beam? I mean, she's got her neutral B, but other than that, she doesn't whack people with her arm cannon, you know? And then Ganondorf. I mean, Ganondorf's not Ganondorf at all. He's done his best over the years to evolve and change, you know, and be different from that original copied moveset. But he's still not reflective of how Ganondorf is in the series. This is such a complex topic. I really don't know what avenue they're going to go. However, with showing this Breath of the Wild Link, something has to happen. Breath of the Wild Link cannot be the same as previous Links have been because he does not have access to some of the tools that were incorporated into the moveset in previous games. I really want to know your thoughts on this. What do you guys think? What are they going to do with these veterans movesets? Let me know in the comments, because this is such a complex issue to me. At the same time, I do really want these movesets to be represented, but I also really want them to be updated. Like, for example, Mario with Cappy, man, there's so many endless possibilities for them to be able to do that. Having that like constant projectile, being able to throw it out and stuff, like that'd be so fun and unique to be able to throw that into the moveset. Gosh, if that was in the trailer, man, I said that earlier, if Cappy Eyes were in the trailer, that would have just broken the internet, man. Even more than it already did. I really could be overthinking all this. It really could be just a Breath of the Wild skin, and then they just retain the same moveset that they always have. But I mean, the bombs act differently, you know, where you trigger them instead of them going off naturally. You know, there's no hook shot, there's no boomerang. I mean, the right-handed Link as it is. So there's really a lot that this is pointing towards, a lot towards this indicating. It could mean a lot, it could mean nothing. But I want to hear your thoughts. Again, like I said, definitely let me know in the comments. Give this video a big, awesome like, and if you haven't already, definitely subscribe for tons more on Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch and other Nintendo Switch games. So within the next few days, I have some other Smash stuff planned, in addition to, obviously, Kirby. I mean, Kirby's coming out on Friday. Oh yeah, man! So definitely look forward to at least a video on it, in addition to a live stream this Saturday playing it, because I know a lot of you were looking forward to that. And yeah, I think that's all I want to say about this. Thanks again, guys, so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya!